until I found the warning carved beneath the floorboards. He never left. And by then, it was too late to leave myself. I just moved to a new city broke, recently laid off, and desperate. That's the only reason I answered the ad. 1-bedroom unit, quiet building, utilities included. $450 a month, in a decent neighborhood, too. It didn't seem real. I met the landlord, Mr. Renner, a thin, slow-talking man in his 60s who fidgeted with a ring of keys like they were puzzle pieces. The building was old, a 4-unit structure from maybe the 1920s. Nestled between more modern homes like it had been forgotten, the paint was cracked, and the hallway smelled faintly of damp wood and dust. But the unit-to-be was clean enough. Nothing fancy, just a bedroom, bathroom, and kitchenette, but it had big windows and hardwood floors. I took it the same day. Renner handed over the key and as he turned to leave, said something strange. "If you hear anything at night, just ignore it. Old buildings make noise." I nodded awkwardly, unsure how to respond. He left without looking back. The first few nights were uneventful. I unpacked slowly, living off takeout and ramen, and spent my time job hunting online. It was quiet, like he said early, so I hardly saw the other tenants and never heard them. No footsteps, no music, not even water running. It felt like I was the only one in the building. But a weekend, I started noticing things. My keys weren't where I left them. The bathroom mirror had a smudge that kept reappearing even after I wiped it off. And then there was the closet door. It wouldn't stay shut. Every morning, it was open, just slightly ajar. At first, I blamed it on the crooked floor or a weak latch. I even tried propping a chair against it, but still open every single morning. One night, I set up my phone to record just to prove to myself I was being paranoid. What I saw the next morning chilled me. Around 3:17 a.m., the closet door creaked open slowly. Nothing was visible in the darkness. Then the video glitched for a split second. Static lines flickered across the screen, and when the image returned, the chair I had propped against the door was tipped over. I couldn't breathe. I checked the apartment from top to bottom. There was no sign of forced entry. I didn't sleep that night, or the next. Then came the scratching, faint at first, like something brushing against the wall. Then louder, sharper like nails dragging across wood. It always came from the same place, the far wall of the bedroom. The one shared with the closet. I pressed my ear to the drywall one night and heard what I can only describe as breathing. Slow, raspy, right behind the wall. I called Renner the next day. "There's something in the walls," I told him. "Maybe an animal." His voice was flat. "Nothing in the walls. Just old plumbing. You'll get used to it." I recorded it. I said, a pause. "Delete it. You shouldn't record things in that unit." That was it. No further explanation. He hung up. I decided to dig deeper. Went to the local library, looked up property records. Unit-to-be had a long history of turnover. Tenants rarely stayed longer than a few months. An entry caught my eye. Elias Monroe. Moved in 10 years ago. No record of him ever moving out. I looked him up. No obituary. No forwarding address. Nothing. I searched the apartment top to bottom again. This time, I noticed a faint draft coming from beneath the loose floorboard in the closet. I pried it up with a screwdriver. Beneath it, a small crawlspace. Dust filled my nose. It smelled like mold and old clothes. Using my phone's flashlight, I peered in. There was a mattress, rotted and moldy, a few crumpled newspapers, and something carved into the wood above the space, jagged and shallow. He never left. My blood ran cold. I backed away and put the floorboard back, heart hammering in my chest. That night, I didn't sleep. Every creak in the wood, every groan of the building felt like footsteps, like someone pacing beneath me. At 3:00 a.m., I heard the door to the closet creak again. This time, I didn't check. I stayed frozen in bed, staring at the ceiling, trying to steady my breath. The next day, I packed my things. When I told Renner I was leaving, he just nodded. Most people don't last long. I moved out that afternoon, but it hasn't stopped. At night, I still hear scratching in the walls, even in my new apartment. Sometimes I wake up to find closet doors slightly open. Last night, I found something new under my bed, a crumpled piece of yellowed newspaper with the name Elias Monroe circled in red. I think I brought him with me, and now, don't think I'll be the last tenant he's forgotten.